Hey there guys, welcome to this video. My name is Pushpinder Gill and this is a GMAT data sufficiency question. So let's go ahead and get started. So this question says that A and B are integers. So they are integers, very important to the question. And we have A cube minus A square minus B whole square root is actually equal to 7. And then I can safely say that A cube minus A square minus B, if I just square both sides, because we won't be dealing with complex numbers. So then I have this particular information from the question stem, and the question is asking me the value of A. So it's pretty obvious. So let's go ahead and get started with statement 1, which says A square minus A is 12. So to solve this question, speed is very important because you can clearly see that this question is going to ask us to solve a lot of things, to write down a lot of things on our scratch paper. So it's very important to be consistent, but also be correct, right? So it's very important to write everything down on your scratch paper in a detailed way, so that you're not making mistakes, and then you're not making mistakes over mistakes. So you got to be very careful. So here I have A square minus A minus 12 is equal to 0, and this is a classic quadratic equation where I have 12 here, so I can split it into 4 and 3. So I get A square minus 4A plus 3A minus 12 is 0. So that's A. So if I take the A common out, this is what I get. I take the 3 common out, this is what I get. And then I take A minus 4 out, so this is what I get, right? So from here I get two values for A, two integer values. And we can clearly see that B is nothing but A cube minus A square minus 49. So if you substitute a value for A as an integer, B will also turn out to be an integer, right? So this is something that I've taken from here. So in this case also, B will also turn out to be an integer, positive or negative, we don't care. So that means we get two different values for A. That means this statement is insufficient. It's either answer option B, C, or E. Moving on to the second statement. So this statement puts a condition on B, which says B square minus B is equal to 2. So again, I can just make this a quadratic equation, split the middle term, and this is what I get. Splitting the middle term and making sure that I get two values for B. So I solve for this quadratic equation. I get B to be equal to 2 or B to be equal to 1. Now let's try and substitute these values in this equation here to try to get two different values for A, and let's see if they both turn out to be integers this time. So A cube minus A square minus, so the value of B is, sorry, it's negative 1 here. So the value of B is 2, so it's going to be negative 2. In the other one, we have A cube minus A square, and the value of B is negative 1. So negative of negative is going to be positive. So it's going to be positive 1 is equal to 49. So here I get A cube minus A square is equal to 51. And here I get A cube minus A square is equal to 48. And I can just take the A square out. So I get A square into A minus 1 to be equal to 51. And here I get A square out. So I can use A square into A minus 1 is equal to 48. Now this is a product of two prime numbers, so there is no way I can split this in many different ways and try to figure out what is going to be the value of A in terms of an integer. So it's not possible for A to be an integer here. So not possible for A to be an integer. So definitely this is not the value for A, right? So definitely this is not the value for B because A is not coming out to be an integer. So this is not possible. So value of B to be equal to 2 is just not possible. If I'm in the exam, I'll say, okay, I just have one value left. So that is sufficient. So I will go with answer option B and move on. But since we're solving the question, let's just go ahead and solve it and let's see what value of B we get. So what is the value of A that we get? So you get something A square into A minus 1 to be equal to 48. And in these kind of situations, it's always good to look at different values of A that you got in STEM 1 because these questions are always consistent in GMAT. So I look at this values and I try a to be equal to 4. So if a is 4 square into 4 minus 1, which means 16 into 3 equal to 48? Yeah. So that means in this case a is equal to 4. So I get an integer value for a, I get an integer value for b, and those are exclusively the integer values, which means this statement is sufficient and answer option is B. So this was the question here, guys. So I hope you understood it. Thank you very much for watching this video.